Hey everyone, Dave Shinsky here at Baseball Rebellion. I'm going to go over Marcus Stroman's mechanics and movements. He is the WBC 2017 MVP, and he did an outstanding job the other day versus Puerto Rico, and probably one of the most talented lineups he'll ever face, and anyone will ever face for that matter. Um, this year at bat on the left is versus Manny Machado, and I think he did a lot of stuff really well. So when I go over his movements, I really like them. He does a few things that I would like to get better, but he's a competitor and he had a lot of motion during this game, and you saw it when he was walking off the field. If you saw this game, he was talking to the other team. He was doing some shimmies off the mound, but that's what baseball should be about. Is more like raw emotion. It's you're not trying to fake anything. It's just raw emotion. So this guy's a really talented thrower, really talented pitcher, and he moves pretty well as well. So I'm gonna go over the back view and the front view. They're two different pitches. So this one on the left is versus again Manny Machado. So as he comes up, he was doing this all game. So he kind of had this little hitch in his delivery where he would stop sometimes. He had moments where they would go fluently all the way through. He had ones where he didn't step at all. He was just basically doing out of a stretch when there was no one on base. And again, he had a no hitter through 6 1/3. And I mean it. I work with guys here, and Gabe and JK, and they seem to think that it wasn't fair for him to be changing up his movements like that. Why not? Like, as a pitcher, if you feel comfortable in the way that you can get to your movements repeatable, I would do it. Okay, but I'm not lucky enough to use the mechanics we teach outside of here in a game anymore. I'm an instructor, but I would definitely play around with, doing different things through the delivery, just like Stroman does here as he lifts his leg, and he kind of just hangs up there, hangs up there, hangs up there, hangs up there, and then he just goes like. That's throwing off the timing of the hitter. He does a lot of things well here. I think one thing that he does is he generates really good movement towards the catcher, towards the delivery. Okay, so you can see by the crinkles in his pants back here that he's really driving his back hips forward, and he's really kind of sitting into that glute. One thing he could do better is I think he can, as he drives, he can drive his knee and ankle with it. Okay, so again, I don't see much ankle or knee drive, and I think he could just be a little bit faster down the hill. But what he did well was keep the ball down and move the ball in and move the ball out. The first time he pitched, he kept the ball up a little bit too much, and he saw some guys getting hits off of him, and some not so good success in his first outing, not like here. So again, he's really good from this position right here. Okay, so this is a really strong position, I would say, with both his upper body and lower half. But from this position is where he's really good with his lower half. So I want you to watch his knee and his back foot and his hips, and how they turn into the catcher, and how he keeps his head really still and gets the ball up into the position of 90 degrees. So as he starts to turn, all right, he really creates this separation. All right, because I could almost see his left back pocket, and I could almost see his whole belt here in this video. But as you can see, he's still 90 degrees with the ball behind his head. So again, creating deception by hiding the ball and getting to that position as long as he can. which is great. So I'm going to get to that same position, okay? And as we go through this one, this is one where he kind of just is one fluid motion. He kind of kicks out, kicks back in, kicks back out, and as he's coming up into that position, all right, the ball you can see 90 degrees behind his head, and his belt is really turning. So again, this is the same position, different pitch. All right, look at how still he keeps his head all the way down through his throw. Now he has just a little bit of a posture change, but he's not trying too hard to get his head back. This is what I call a posture change, and as he starts to rotate up into the 90 degrees with his ball, all right, you'll see his chest kind of go up towards the ceiling and back towards first base. So again, really great job and really efficient when he's getting into this position. So I think that's a really big culprit and why some guys really get get into bad position, is why they obviously have arm pain and have arm troubles, because I see a lot of big leaguers that don't get to this position right here, and this is what I call a great posture change from over his belt with his chest to back behind his butt with his chest. Okay, so that's a really good position. From here, really good job with that front leg. Let's switch over to this one. Really good job with that front leg bracing up. All right, doesn't really move anywhere, and he gets his chest coming towards the target, keeping his back foot down and staying connected to the rubber. One thing I think he can do a little bit better is use this glove to his advantage, and just how he rotates. So I would just suggest to him of keeping his glove just above his elbow. You see how it's above his elbow here, and as he starts to rotate into position, foot strike, and rotate through now the upper body movement towards the target to throw, he just pulls off just a little bit with that glove and with that front arm, but the glove kind of stays right where it's at. So he's almost like pulling his chest towards the glove, which we know isn't the proper or most efficient way of using that front half of our body. But really great job through the throw, and again, he did this really well. You can see his external rotation is really, really good in the middle of his body, so that when his arm is fully capable of snapping through, it's like a whip mechanism, and that was 94 with movement. So again, this guy is not, the biggest guy of stature, but he does throw really nasty stuff, and he throws really hard. And the reason why he does is just because of how he gets to this separation of lower half and the ball. So again, he's almost past 90 degrees. I think he is past 90 degrees with his shoulder. So you can see it here. He gets up, and he's really, really maintaining that strong position at foot strike. So again, as he comes through and whips through, you can see how he doesn't really use his glove to his advantage, and it almost like stops him as he comes through. It's almost like you can see his shoulders wanting to clear, but his head kind of just doesn't let it. So I think that's one thing that can get a little bit better in Marcus, but I don't see many flaws. I don't see a lot of things that are going to hurt him in the long run. I think he's going to be a very good 2017 pitcher for the Blue Jays, and I think he will be a guy that's to watch for in the future as well. But all in all, really good job, and congratulations to USA for winning the WBC, and to Marcus Stroman for being the MVP. Again, look for this guy to probably do it all year long and into the playoffs this year in 2017 and for years to come. This has been Dave Shinsky at Baseball Rebellion. doing Marcus Stroman breakdown. Thanks a lot.